so. I don't know if we have time. I don't know if A-Train's enough. Well, should we do A-Train and then figure it out if we need to?
Yeah, do that.
A-Train?
A-train.
A-Train. That or satin doll or oh
Yeah, hold on. Yeah,
all right.
perfect timing. I'll let you know when he wants pomp and circumstance.
I'll take everything except pomp and circumstance if you want to pass it back. Actually, if you could tuck everything into the Ellington. If you tuck everything.
Different.
So like on the fourth time. Personally, I'd rather play correct notes down there than get
Oh, right, we agree.
Yes, his works at Citizenship, and their graduation is tomorrow, and he knew he was called in today. So this is the first time that they've been the same weekend. So
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning indeed, yeah. So, everyone here, teachers, family, friends, and of course, the graduating class of 2025. We did it! Before I start, this isn't in the script, but I just want to say I almost pooped my pants getting up here because what is happening? I performed on stage a lot, but this just feels surreal. Okay. It's kind of wild to think that just 4 years ago, we walked into high school for the first time in masks. We had clear dividers at lunch, arrows on the floor, and hand sanitizer in every single corner. I didn't even know what half of my classmates looked like until the end of freshman year. And the mask fishing was real. But here we are. And I'm honestly so honored to be standing here today speaking on behalf of this amazing class. Graduation is always a big deal, but for us, it's different. Every single one of us has faced challenges that made school harder in ways most people don't see. We've had to work twice as hard just to keep up. And before I came to Landmark, I felt stuck. Like, no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get it right. My confidence tanked, and I honestly believed that I was just this dumb kid who couldn't read. It was humiliating to be sent out of my classroom 95% of the time to work with a teacher who could care less if I succeeded or not. But it also didn't help that the other kids in my class noticed I wasn't working alongside them as well. So I, along with many of us on the stage, have felt like outsiders before. I'd come home crying to my parents every day asking, why can't I just be normal? This stuck with me for a long time. My former teachers and classmates told me I'd never be like them. And they were right, just not in the way they thought. I'm not normal. But nobody is. So get that out of your mind if you think you're normal, because you're not. I'm resilient and capable of things I could have never imagined myself doing just a few years ago. If I told you my middle school self I'd be giving an opening speech at my high school graduation, I would have laughed in your face. But here I am, giving a speech at my high school graduation. So, as exciting as that sounds, it wouldn't have been possible without the school that helped lift me back up. When I came to Landmark, everything changed. For the first time, I was surrounded by people who saw my potential. Instead of just my struggles, I learned how my brain works and how I learn best. And because of that, I started to believe in myself again. The same kid who once begged to be normal is now proud to be different, because different means strong. It means pushing forward even when things get tough. And our graduating class proves how strong we really are. So, okay. So today isn't just about finishing school. It's about everything we've overcome to get here. And as we sit here in our caps and gowns, reflecting on our journey, I want to pause and ask you all a simple question. What are your legacies? That question has been on my mind lately. What am I leaving behind? It doesn't have to be something huge. Maybe just initials carved on the wall, or something bigger, like a scholarship for a future student. But looking around, I see that this class is leaving behind something unforgettable. I feel so lucky to stand here with the most incredible group of people I've ever known. We've all left our mark here in different ways, whether it was performing on stage, leading a club, cheering the loudest at sports games, helping a friend study, or just showing up when it wasn't easy. Those moments matter. You matter. And even as we move on, part of us stays behind. Not just in the yearbooks or photos, but in how we made people feel, the lessons we shared, and the way we've shaped the place those who come next. Maybe our legacy isn't a trophy or a title. Maybe it's sitting with someone who felt alone, thinking a teacher who made a difference, or believing in a friend when they couldn't believe in themselves. That's what lasts. So, class of 2025, what will you leave behind? What do you want your story to say? Whatever comes next, don't forget how far you've come. Don't forget the battles you've already won, the tears, the triumphs, the late nights, the quiet victories no one else saw. You've already proven that you are worth taking space up in this world. Be proud of that and carry it with you. Now, let's go forward boldly, speak up, show up, but be the person you once needed. Because if this journey has taught me anything, it's that we are not defined by what people made of us, but how we overcame. Congratulations, class of 2025. Our story is just beginning. Thank you. Reverend Ferguson will now deliver the invocation.
I didn't want you to sit down just to have to stand up again. And I was just saying up here to Miss Martin Cohn, I don't know if you've noticed that the sun has come out, which is kind of nice. So that's good. So what I'd like to do is to simply pray for God's continued blessing on our time here this morning. Let's pray. Gracious and holy God, what a momentous occasion this is. So much has led up to this time, times of uncertainty, times of sacrifice, times of discouragement, times of joy. Each student here this morning represents a story, a journey with highs and lows, disappointments and surprises. Each story, each journey is unique, but they all share one thing in common. They all end here, and they all end in victory. They have endured, overcome, and accomplished their goal, their much-deserved prize, their diploma. Thank you for the many people who have always believed in them, supported them, struggled with them, and loved them. Thank you for their world of parents, friends, guardians, and relatives, of teachers, administrators, and staff who have poured their best into them. Finally, thank you for this graduating class, these seniors who are about to embark into their next chapter, into the world of adulthood. We pray you are with us as we celebrate with them today. And we pray you are with them to guide them and to guard them. Please bless this commencement with joy, and may it be filled with precious memories. Amen. And I would like you to please stand as JR, again, leads us in our national anthem. be seated. And now I would like to welcome to the podium Ms. Ariel Martincone, who is our academic dean, who will be presenting the academic awards.
Good morning. It's such a good day already. I'm here for the first time to award the inaugural Janet R. Parody Overall Academic Award. And today's recipient is appropriately someone who doesn't seek the spotlight. This year's award goes to Sabrina Sardzinski. Sabrina's journey at Landmark is a wonderful example of what it means to grow into your own voice and power. She's also a perfect choice to receive the first ever Janet R. Parody Award, as her work ethic, commitment to excellence, and thoughtful demeanor emulate Janet's presence and legacy at Landmark School. Over the past 4 years, and really over the past 12 years, Sabrina has evolved in incredible ways. Her journey with special education and seeking support started in kindergarten, as many of yours did. This year, her senior schedule includes anatomy and physiology, calculus, competitive debate, and the Endicott dual enrollment program. The progress she's made from kindergarten to today is a testament to her tenacity and willingness to do hard work, and many people along the way who jumped in beside her. Importantly, her self-advocacy has also blossomed from near silence to strength. Where she once needed encouragement to contribute, Sabrina now joins in with increasing ease and conviction. This desire for challenge isn't new. Sabrina's always sought more rigor, more depth, more understanding. Her tutor, Ms. Greenberg, who worked with her for the past 2 years, says one of the most visible changes is that confidence. Where she once tended to second guess herself, Sabrina now approaches her work with self-assurance and a sense of ownership. It's one thing to be a student whom teachers love to teach. It's another thing to be a student that makes teachers fall in love with learning again. Sabrina leaves Landmark having grown not only as a student, but as a thinker, a communicator, and a leader in her own right. She'll be studying biology at Stonehill College next year, and we know she has everything she needs to continue her journey and tackle her next challenge. Dropping everything today. Now Joe Rose, director of the prep program, will present his overall award.
Thank you, Ariel. Our program's highest honor, the Prep Overall Academic Award, is presented to a full-time prep student who is judged to have achieved the highest levels of academic excellence throughout his or her career in the prep program and at Landmark School. And this year's recipient is hands down one of the most dedicated and committed students we have ever had grace the halls of the Murphy Academic Center. Her focus and industriousness are second to none. She has lived up to and really always surpassed all the expectations that we set for her and that she sets for herself. But beyond all her successes in the classroom and in the art room as well, what really makes her special is her passion for learning and her growing as a learner and as a person. She carries herself with an honesty and a depth and an insight that is far beyond her years. At every turn in my experience with her, she has shown a powerful determination and an unwavering resilience and a work ethic that is nothing short of extraordinary. Even in the most challenging times, she kept her head down, she gave everything she had. When she reached one goal, she didn't stop. She rose to the next challenge with even more grit and more heart. Once she sets her mind to something, nothing can stand in her way. Maggie Aloisi is unstoppable. She is driven, fiercely resolute, and tireless in her pursuit of excellence. She doesn't just face challenges, she pushes the door down with grit and resolve. Maggie knows who she is, who she wants to become, and where she's headed. and she's charted that path with a steadfast dedication and an unrelenting sense of hard work every step of the way. We will always be thankful for the lasting impact Maggie has had on the prep and on Landmark as a whole, but what we will hold closest is the memory of a courageous, determined young woman who found not just a home here, but a place where she could truly grow and thrive. Watching Maggie find her voice, her strength, her path has been a privilege that we will never forget. So on behalf of the wonderful and excellent prep faculty, it's my honor and my pleasure to present the 2025 Prep Overall Academic Award to Maggie Aloisi. I'd like to invite Jackson Booker to the podium.
One moment, please. Hello, everyone. My name is Jackson Booker, and I'm the Student Council President. It's an honor to stand before you today as we recognize someone truly remarkable with this year's Nathan Stowe Award. I stand here today to present the Nathan Stowe Citizenship Award. Every year, one deserving individual is awarded for being an outstanding citizen. Now, I'll admit, I didn't know this recipient personally before writing this speech. But the more I learned, the more I realized that you don't need years to understand this person's impact. You just have to watch how they move through the world, or more specifically, how they show up for others. This is someone who leads without needing to be asked, who shows up to every practice ready to push themselves and everyone around them to be better. Someone who trains not just during team hours, but in their own time, going to independent wrestling camps simply because growth matters to them that much. What's striking isn't just his work ethic, though that alone is impressive. What stands out is how that drive quietly pulled others along with them. Younger students saw the effort, the results, and started mirroring it. That's real leadership, not just being great, but making others believe they can be too. Sometimes that leadership was silent, a presence, a pace setter, and sometimes it was louder, a direct push when someone needed a little more. But always, it came from a place of care, of wanting others to succeed. And when someone fell short or faced a loss, this person didn't turn away. They were the first to offer comfort, to share meaningful advice. Not just, you'll get them next time, but real technical feedback to help them grow. All this would be noteworthy under normal circumstances, but it's even more impressive knowing that this individual has done it far from home. Without the daily support of family, without the comfort of familiar, and yet, instead of focusing on what he's missing, he became the support for others, a steady friend, a mentor, a kind of chosen family for those around him. That's the spirit of this award. The Nathan Stowe Award honors someone who not only shows commitment and character, but lifts others along the way. And that's why today, I'm proud to present this award to Enzo Orlowski.
Hello. My name is Jamie Sullivan, and I am the proud parent of Paige Sullivan, a current junior here at Landmark. Paige has been a part of the Landmark community since the 6th grade. I have the honor of serving as the president of the Landmark Parent Association Executive Board, and one of the most rewarding aspects of this role is serving on the Peggy E. Cook LPA Scholarship Award Selection Committee. As we reviewed the student applications, I was deeply moved by their honesty and their resilience. They shared with thoughtfulness and clarity the challenges they've overcome, the confidence they've gained, the passions they've discovered, and the meaningful ways they're giving back through community service. The Peggy E. Cook LPA Award recognizes seniors who, through their positive effort and motivation, have demonstrated outstanding personal growth, both academically and socially, and have made positive contributions to the community. On behalf of the LPA Scholarship Committee, I am delighted to be here to present this year's 4 Peggy E. Cook LPA awardees. I will call each student to come up and accept their award and ask that all remain on stage until all 4 recipients have been recognized. Our first recipient is Jessica Hogue. Congratulations. Our second recipient is Kendall K.K. Johnson. I don't know how I was able to keep that a secret from her mom, but I did. Alexander Martinez Sprague. And our final recipient is Sadie Plunkett. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding and deserving students. The Landmark Parent Association is proud of all that you have accomplished and all that you will continue to achieve. Congratulations. And I am delighted to introduce the first of 2 speakers, Lola Green.
Hi, now I'm going to awkwardly bend down and grab my script. It's with great honor and thanks to both my sophomore debate class and our wonderful counseling department that I stand before you with only slight anxiety and shakes. And while I may be dyslexic and a writer, I am no public speaker. So let's see how I do today. Now, I want to talk about Landmark, the place that I've been lucky enough to call home over the past 4 years. Often, when people talk about home, they talk about where they learned their first words and took their first steps, that doorway that's marked with their heights, and where they share memories with both good and bad with loved ones. But for me, home isn't just one place in the world. It's wherever friends and family are. I know we seniors talk about leaving this place, but let's admit, while we might not miss all the classes and essays about friendship and the boxman, we will miss the people who sat in class with us, suffering, knowing that everyone else is hating it as much as you. Yes, Landmark is a beautiful school with the water right there. But it's the people, the students and staff alike, who make Landmark home. A place of chance and redemption, allowing us to be who we are, where we are today. We all came together with one struggle, English, this darn language with a million rules and even more exceptions, but we conquered. Okay, maybe not exactly conquered, but we're able to move on, leaving the nest, and becoming 1,000 other things instead of failures at the back of the classroom or in a closet learning the alphabet. So, no matter how badly we want to cross the stage and never look back, before that, let's look back. Let's remember where we were 4 years ago and where we are now. I don't know about you, but before Landmark, I was constantly reminding the teacher that I needed class accommodations. While I didn't want to be that special kid who needed extra support and attention, I had to in order to learn. I was that kid in the back of the classroom, on my computer, or with my nose in a book, instead of learning the moon phases or the quadratic formula. Through Landmark, I have grown and learned so much over the past 4 years that I didn't manage to learn throughout most of my life. But with the people who stood by me and stood by us, through long study nights and dorm drama, I achieved so much. What has gotten me through high school is the time outside the classroom, through sports, clubs, and dorm life. Thank you to our wonderful coaches and residential team. Through our boarding program, we're able to connect with people we wouldn't have otherwise in school. Sometimes I think that student-teacher connections are too close, but that's not my problem anymore. Even so, without them, I wouldn't have the skills and courage to be here, speaking in front of a large crowd and giving this speech. And while the speech may not be perfect, Landmark has shown me that imperfections are okay. Life isn't perfect. We'll still be dyslexic and not read great, but we made it. We made it through our pre-Landmark days, learning in a separate classroom from everyone else, and we made it through Landmark with our 10-page papers due in the next 5 days, and all the Saturday schools that we won't remember or that scarred us for life. Through 4 years of memories, Landmark has taught me life lessons and gave me connections that I will carry out through life. The community has prepared me for beyond high school, giving me a network that will take me far. As we stand on the brink of a new chapter, let's take one final moment to appreciate what Landmark has given us. The friendships, the lessons, the confidence to embrace who we are, dyslexia and all. We're more than just students who struggled. We are individuals who have grown, adapted, and thrived. While this place has shaped us, it does not define us. What defines us is the determination that got us here and will carry us forward into the world beyond these classrooms and the dorms where friendships were built. So, as we walk across this stage, let's hold on to the connections, the moments of triumph, and even the struggles, because these challenges made us stronger, sharper, and ready for whatever comes next. Landmark will always be a part of us, but it's time to take what we've learned here and build something new. Thank you, Landmark, for the home you've given us. Thank you. And now it's my honor to welcome our next student speaker, Theo Masella.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Theo Masella. I'm going to start this speech off with a story, but before I get there, I'd like to thank everyone for being here today and supporting our 2025 graduates. And another thanks to all the teachers, parents, and friends who helped us to be on the stage today. I wasn't aware of my LBLD until 8th grade. And even then, I didn't fully understand what it meant to be dyslexic. What I did know was that everyone was faster than I was with schoolwork. I had very low self-esteem, I struggled to earn good grades, and I wished I could be as smart as my classmates. This failing mindset had translated into my freshman year at Landmark, making the transition to a new school even more challenging. I didn't want to transfer to Landmark and leave my friends behind. So when I arrived in 9th grade, I carried a lot of resentment. At my previous public school, many teachers didn't understand my learning differences and couldn't provide the support that I needed. Teachers wouldn't call on me to read aloud, and others questioned why I couldn't comprehend simple texts or conversations. Coming to Landmark, my old habits of dozing off, putting in minimal effort, and avoiding any attempt to connect with new people continued. Once spring came around, so did the baseball season. As the youngest player on the varsity team, I wasn't sure what to expect. But the upperclassmen welcomed me right away and made me feel like part of the team. That sense of belonging gave me the confidence to start connecting more with my classmates, and slowly, my perspective began to shift. And I started to appreciate the school I'd once hated. However, after our season ended, one of the seniors on the team's dad passed away very suddenly. It was a shocking moment for all of us. Even though the season was over, we still spent time together hanging out, but when the news came out, the mood shifted instantly. I didn't know what to do. A few days later, the older guys got us all together and made sure we could all make it to the father's funeral. Once we got there, we realized we were the only people from Landmark to attend the funeral, and also seemed to be his only other friends there. Seeing my teammate walk in, eyes low, his mother and sister beside him, shifted something in me. He wasn't just one of the older guys anymore. He was a son who had just lost his dad. And I realized how important it was that we were there. Not to fix anything, just to stand beside him and let him know he wasn't alone. After that, the team got closer in ways I didn't expect. We checked in on each other more and talked about things that weren't just baseball. I think it hit us all that life could change fast at any moment. Now that I'm a senior, I carry that moment with me. Not only did it teach me the importance of being empathetic and supportive of our peers, but I was shown what it means to be a role model. It also made me realize that there was something truly special about this school and the connections we make. I turned from a shy new student to a valued peers of the older guys I've been looking up to all year. Once my friends had graduated, I always stayed in touch and visited them on breaks. I've even stayed in contact with my favorite teachers who left Landmark. The community I found at Landmark allowed me to push my comfort zone in ways I couldn't imagine. Just this year, I decided to perform at Landmark Idol, lip syncing and dancing by myself in front of judges and a crowd of people to the song Bye 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 by NSYNC, in which I won second place. The same week, I began to arrive at school at 5:30 a.m. to work out, where I met Mr. Effinger, who ran the morning workouts. Every day it was Effinger, Mr. Schweckheimer, and I working out together for an hour and talking endlessly. Landmark Solo Night was also coming up, and he had asked me if I wanted to be the MC for it. Hesitantly, I agreed to do it. So the next thing I knew, I was at the Solo Night rehearsal with a group of singers from the Performing Arts Department who I hadn't known. With a group I wouldn't have usually been around, I socialized with everyone there, got to know their names, and learned a lot about them. The next night, I was standing with a microphone in front of a crowd of students, teachers, and families, with a piece of paper and two shaky hands, introducing Solo Night. Academically, Landmark gave me the opportunity to learn and thrive in a classroom alongside students who shared similar strengths and learning differences. It created an environment that allowed me to feel comfortable in a vulnerable space and ask questions when I needed help. Socially, I've met the kindest people at Landmark and created friendships that will last a lifetime. And for that, I owe everything I've become to my parents for giving me the opportunity to be here. I'm proud of the person I've become, and I'm proud of this graduating class. It's not over. As we leave here today, diploma in hand, I know the next few years might feel uncertain. There's a lot we can't prepare for. But you want to know how I know these graduates will succeed? They've been through the adversity others haven't. My classmates at this stage have been through the hardships of learning differently, always being doubted, picked on, and just labeled as different. Landmark has given us confidence in who we are, the courage to grow, and the support of people who truly care and will stay with us no matter where we go. So to the class of 2025, thank you for being a part of my story. I hope each of you leaves Landmark knowing that you mattered here, that you made a difference, and that this community will always be a part of who we are. Congratulations, you earned it. It gives me great pleasure now to welcome Mr. Hankis, who will introduce our keynote speaker.
Good morning. I think we need to give one more round of applause to our two keynote speakers, Lola and Theo. Well done. Good morning. I'm Thilo Hankis. I'm chair of the board here at the Landmark School, and on behalf of the board, we send our congratulations to the class of 2025. Congratulations. We also extend our congratulations to you, parents, siblings, guardians, family and friends, and also to administrators, staff, and teachers. It's my honor to be able to present our keynote speaker, an alumnus. Zachary Graves Miller, Landmark School class of 2008, returns today not just as an alumnus, but as a passionate advocate, filmmaker, and friend. His work brings people closer to their origins, using storytelling as a revolving door between history and change. In 2012, he graduated from Westfield State University with a Bachelor of Arts in Communication and a minor in film. While there, Zachary co-founded the university's rugby club, driven by a dream to one day play for the oldest rugby club in the world, Trinity College in Ireland. And in his senior year, he did just that. As a filmmaker and documentarian, he has traveled the globe, from Vietnam, exploring the ongoing impact of Agent Orange, to the beaches of Normandy, documenting the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and to the streets of Soho, New York, telling the story of Food, an artist-run restaurant by artist Gordon Matta Clark. His debut film, Six Locked Doors, uncovered the untold story of the Coconut Grove nightclub fire here in Boston, the deadliest in American history, which became a beacon for change in medical and fire safety across the globe. He won the Audience Award at the Massachusetts Independent Film Festival for this film, and now serves on the Memorial Committee working to establish a permanent monument in Boston to honor the victims. Zachary has worked with creative visionaries like Aaron Sorkin, Paul Greenglass, and Doug Lyman, and Alan Tomlinson, not just to entertain, but to spark change, deepen understanding, and ensure that truth is never forgotten. It's his devotion to detail, truth, and impact that defines his work. His latest and most personal project, called Redefining Dyslexia in America, examines the gap between those who receive support and those who don't, amplifying voices that have too often been overlooked. For Zachary, storytelling just isn't the end. It is a means to something greater: advocacy, remembrance, and meaningful change. Please join me in welcoming Zachary Graves Miller, class of 2008.
This thing working? right, good afternoon, Landmark. Wow, this is amazing. I feel better on this stage the second time around. What an honor. I'm so happy to be back on this campus with you all here today. First, I want to acknowledge the land we stand on here in Essex County, Massachusetts, the ancestral land of the Pennacook and Pawtucket people. Wow, this is a moment. Take a moment. Look around, everybody. You guys did it. Congratulations, class of 2025. Take a deep breath. Redefine dyslexia. I stood in your shoes 16 years ago at Landmark. I know that feeling. But guess what? This is the first step. Another blank page. It all starts today, right here, right now. You have to start somewhere with one idea that sets your soul on fire. Build the next layer of your foundation from your time spent here in this amazing place with these amazing people and these amazing teachers. Use the tools you have and start now. Don't wait for tomorrow. The spark may be gone. Life goes by in a blink of an eye. Your strongest weapon is truth. Cinema is a matter of what's in the frame and what's left out. I'm going to read you the first scene from my next film. Let me know what you think. Scene 1. The year is 2002. Interior minivan, nondescript, public school parking lot. Click. Car door unlocks. The hand of a small boy reaches for the handle of a minivan. A frustrated sixth grader grabs his backpack lying upside down at his feet. He clutches his oversized coat, nervous, glasses fogging, sweating, just trying to step out of the car. His classmates running past him into school. Mom says, "Have a good day." Isolated and alone, he takes a deep breath and climbs out of the car and pauses for a moment. Now he is alone. End scene. Can you picture that? Have any of you been there before? Would you guys watch this film? Would you guys watch this film? Okay, good. I was born up the road and split my time between the North Shore and Boston, so I'm somewhat of a local. Before Landmark, the world of words moved faster than I could keep up. Homework was a war zone. 3 to 4 hours a night as a middle schooler. Can you believe that? Low self-esteem, failing tests, missing assignments, also hated using flashcards. I would even lock myself in the car, not wanting to go to school. I couldn't understand what was happening to me. I still had to take the first step forward. I had to become the leader of my own army. In 7th grade, I was diagnosed with dyslexia, a learning disability. This is such an outdated way of thinking about dyslexia as a disability. Let me be clear with you here today. It's not a disability, it's an ability. It's a challenge for sure, but guess what? You got to be up for the challenge. I never liked that label, or any label for that matter. They will and can be constricting. To me, dyslexia is an opportunity. It's a gift. It's a set of lenses, like filters on all of your iPhones. So many choices, you don't have to pick one. I spent years trying to understand how to learn a language I couldn't even spell, but I was always a visual learner from day one. I was told to learn like everyone else, asked to go to a cold, colorless resource room in front of all my peers. Teachers encouraged me to cheat in front of my peers, just to catch up like everyone else, just to be equal. And what was that teaching me? Catholic school, public school, the classroom and learning was quite exhausting. I couldn't spell. The way I thought made me feel like I was failing. Under all that pressure, the weight of the world on my shoulders left the deepest scar. I was about to become the product of a broken education system. I felt like I didn't belong in a classroom or any room for that matter. In researching my most current film with skills I learned here at Landmark, yes, parents, they do work, I have found these systems have barely changed in the last 30 years. The struggle goes on for quality and equal education for all. But I didn't allow any of that to define me, not as a person, not as a filmmaker, and not as a friend. Instead, I redefined it. I let my phoenix rise from its own ashes. The system tried to put me in a box, but I wouldn't let it. I kept my doors locked, didn't let a soul in, didn't let my true self out. That pain, that pressure, that's where I found my strength. I kept putting in the daily work. 5 to 10% of the world is dyslexic and learns just like us. Think about that, guys. 5 to 10% of the world is dyslexic and learns just like us. Thousands of kids would do anything to be sitting where you are right now and have access to this incredible institution and the resources it provides. We could have easily been on the other side. Because of your guardians, families, communities, this school, and your own resilience, you are here now graduating Landmark School. You should be proud of that. And guess what? That can't be taken away from you. Dyslexia isn't a weakness. It's the ability to see differently. This school gave me hope, communication skills, and a real creative outlet. When I arrived here, I was reading at a 4th grade reading level. By the time I left, guess what? I was right where I needed to be. Landmark showed me the tools, and I took them with me for the rest of my life, still to this very day, this very moment. I didn't just gain literacy, I gained confidence. Through commitment, sacrifice, and a community of positive, like-minded people. I made my first films here, and for that, I'm forever grateful. Jim Coons, Scott Jameson, and a number of others gave me agency to think the way I needed, not just in the classroom, but outside of it. I'm sure a lot of you have taken Study Skills 101. Who, what, where, why, when, and how. Gail Kent taught us the foundations for a life worth living. I planted small seeds and learned to adapt, fix mistakes, and produce work more efficiently than ever. And guess what, everybody? It still takes me longer to prepare for a project and even a commencement speech. But that's okay. All I needed was more time. Time is the only thing I give myself. I'm inspired by film, art, and food. These have been anchors and passions that have taken me around the world. And guess what? You can find yours too. Since Landmark, I attended college where I flourished, have collaboratively worked with other artists and visionaries of this generation to make Hollywood and independent cinema. I've created my own stories and made my own films and shot documentaries for PBS. I even lived in the desert, recreating the deadliest wildfire in California history. I met royalty, clergy, Super Bowl champions, and sat at the table with Stephen Hawking, one of the most brilliant dyslexics in the last 100 years. And guess what? These weren't because of my dyslexia. They weren't despite my dyslexia, they were because of it. I used to think I wasn't the smartest one in the room, and that my opinion was secondary. Then I realized I belonged in the room. I had a seat at the table, in the conversation, with anyone and everyone, no matter their status. That mindset helped me build relationships and is why I am here with you today. I am forever grateful for what this school provided for me. I'm going to leave you with this here today. Remember to look up at the universe and never stop being curious. Don't let your dreams out of your brain. Some rules are meant to be broken along the way. Dig deep and don't be afraid to be afraid. All things are possible without a doubt, and every second counts. There is no correct path. Whatever path you find, that's the right one. Trust the process in your instinct. Stand for something bigger than yourself. Some of you will blossom early, some later, and that's okay. Embrace your journey and document along the way. And remember, rejection equals opportunity. Failure is inevitable. I turned all my negatives into my positives. I realized daydreaming and story was my purpose. That's the power of story. That's the power of your voice. Find the truest version of yourself. No one will see the moments you almost quit. You guys are the ones who inspire me. Each and every one of you are brilliant in your own unique way. Take risks early, be bold, don't look back. When you do look back, remember Landmark. Remember how far you've come. Remember what you've survived, and most of all, remember who you are. This amazing community will always have your back. Your ideas matter, class of 2025. This is an incredible moment. This is only one scene. Now go write the next one. No one's going to write it for you. Good luck on your journey. See you in the future. I can't wait to see what you all become. Thank you.
Zach, I have to thank you so much for sharing your story with such honesty, with such inspiration, and it is now my honor to bestow upon you your second landmark diploma, and now as an honorary second graduate, Mr. Zach Miller-Graves. All right, I will now ask Mr. Bill Barrett, our head of high school, to come to the podium so that we can present the diplomas to the class of 2025.
Good morning. Seniors, for most of you, your high school journey began in 2021 when you were likely still learning in masks or perhaps remotely. It feels like a different world now. Despite all of that and numerous other challenges, you persevered and made it to today. And as you walk across the stage one final time, I want you to remember two things. One, remember how hard you fought and the lessons you learned from that. And remember the people that stood behind you, your parents and families, your teachers. Two, remember that no matter how far and wide your journeys take you in this world, Landmark will always be your home. On behalf of the head of school, the Landmark Board of Trustees, and the entire Landmark faculty, it is my honor to present you with these diplomas. Will students in the front row please stand? Kendall D. Akori. Margaret Joan Aloisi. Sophia E. Alvarez. Luca Athanasiou. James Wyatt Benchoff. Cree Yahweh Bissendonahue. Jackson B. Booker. Colby R. Bradley. Sarah Maria Carmody. Meredith Renee Sharist. Abby J. Kernoyer. Rasamoya Amanda Coy Bradford. Maximino R. DeCellis. Ana Raquel Katie De Arujo. Dominic William De Benedetto. Liam G. Doran. Jameson D. Dubois. Margaret Claire Farden and Blue. Students in the second row can stand. Benjamin O. Dubriel. Catherine Elizabeth Fee. Ethan D. Frizzoco. Lola E. Florman. Mitchell Gaffin. Ava Alexandra Gilo. Lola M. Green. Jessica M. Hogue. Jonah I. Howes. Anders Imbrie. Michael T. Jenkins. Kendall Alexia Johnson. Stephen D. Katos. Sana Karoti. Claire L. Cutson. Abigail H. Laster. Jacob Paul LeBlanc. Hayden H. Lord. Would students in the third row please stand? Megan Josephine Libero. Alexander N. Martinez Sprague. Theo Vincent Masala. Well done, Kyle. Great job. John C. Meany. Luca Minier. Cameron Minster. Peter Samuel Morris. Graciana Charisse Morrison. Derek J. Moynihan. Magdalena L.C. Naco. Taylor G. Nichols. Harrison Patrick O'Connor. Vincenzo Monticello Orlowski. Andrew Aldo Palumbo. Jason Charles Piscatelli, Jr. Sadie Ann Plunkett. Samuel John Rocca. Would students in the last row please stand? Mateo Rosado. Patrick Rose. Cynthia Christina Ann Roussel. Sabrina Y. Sardinsky. John Robert Sasso. Scott Aaron Schimmel Shapiro. Christina Elizabeth Smith. Declan M. Snell. Nathaniel L. Stanley. Alexi D. Sutaria. Sean Hennessy Tarver. Caroline Vaughn Tessie. Kayla Marie Tolis. Ella Danielle Toomey. Elena Vorias. Brady A. Yutkins. Students, would you please stand? I present to you the class of 2025. And now I'd like to invite Mr. Clark back to the podium for his closing remarks.
One more time for the class of 2025. And I promise I will be brief because I know we are all ready to be together and celebrate. But students, I have to tell you, I have one more diploma to give out. And in fact, this is a diploma that has been over 30 years in the making. You did it in 4 years. This individual, it's taken close to 36. Talk about individualized instruction, right? And in the last 11 of those 36 years, this individual has led our high school through COVID, through a head of school transition. And while this is not his last landmark graduation, it is his last graduation as head of high school. So it is with a great amount of privilege and honor that I bestow on Mr. William Barrett an honorary diploma. So, Bill, I have to tell you, you owe Suzanne Crossman a great deal of gratitude because I said, oh, I'm going to give Bill his honorary diploma right before we do the graduates and he reads the names. And she said, I don't think it's a good idea to do that right before he reads those names. So thank you, Ms. Crossman, once again, for your wisdom. So students, again, I'm going to be brief, but I have to tell you, I am so proud and amazed by you all. And I want you to end today with some context. And the one thing I want you to think about is you are the last graduating class who came into high school behind masks, behind plexiglass, right? You are the last high school that had to traverse the ends of COVID, and then you're here today as the first graduating class, the first full graduating class to end your last 3 weeks of high school as nurses, as mechanical engineers, as lawyers, as oyster farmers. And I gotta let you in on a little secret now that you've done this. We didn't know if it was a good idea. We had no idea if this was going to work. Mr. Fossey, who's in charge of the program, he was actually 22 at the start of this school year. Right? And once again, not surprisingly, just like you began your high school career, you ended us showing us all what you can do and your resilience and your determination. And as you walk through this and you leave the stage for the last time, I hope you reflect on all you have accomplished, but even more so realizing all you can accomplish. And that to me is what's most important, and that's what I hope you walk away with more than anything. But before I let you go, before we send you out to reunite and celebrate with your family, I have one final ask of you. And I mean this very sincerely. So I know all of you have had very difficult paths throughout school. Many of you fought and literally cried your way to Landmark. And it was hard and it was difficult. But believe it or not, it was also a path of privilege. And that's because somebody in the audience right now, somebody in the audience looking at you right now saw you and knew you. And they didn't believe you were capable, they knew you were capable. They didn't believe that you were smart, they knew you were smart. And so I want you to take a moment and give a round of applause to those folks in front of you right now. And this is my final ask of you. As you go out into the world, right, as you go through this, I want you to remember, despite all the challenges, despite all the difficulties, the vast majority of people that think like us, that learn like us, that solve problems like us, that spell like us, right, the vast majority of them never find a landmark. The vast majority of them spend their lives wondering, how can I be so smart and yet feel so dumb? So as you go out into the world, I ask that you be that person that sees them. You be that person that knows them, so that the path for them is easier, is cleaner. And the best way to do that, the way to bring the most advantage to others, is just be comfortable with you, who you are. Because when they see you be comfortable, then they can start to be comfortable with themselves. So please, as you go out into the world, make sure that you pay all this forward and you support and you help those just like you who may not have had the opportunity of a landmark. And with that, I'm going to ask you all to rise one last time. Me and Mr. Mansfield practice this. Your tassel should be on your right-hand side, this side. I know, trust me. And we're going to move it to our hearts. That was easier than left. So we're going to go from right to left, from right over our hearts. And you are officially graduates of Landmark School. All right, we don't want to impale anyone don't impale anybody until graduation is over and you're off property. All right. So, thank you all for being here. We will process out, and please join us in the front of the Ansara lawn for a reception where we can together celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates. myself to see. I told no one. And wait, I was telling Suzanne yesterday. She's like, don't do that. No, I'm okay.
You're gonna duel umbrella.
I might.